So I just wanted to drop in and do a video on the overall collective energy. Last time I did a element, the elements, how can you say, intuitive collective messages. Like I didn't use any cards or anything, just all messages that I received through channeling. That's the word. So that is what I did last week. This week I wanted to do some cards. I do it a little bit differently than traditional, like all the shuffling and all of that. I do a little shuffle. I do like poppers. If say for instance I'm asking a question and I'm looking for a certain answer, I want a card to pop out, or I may hear stop or pick this one or whatever. So I really just tune into what spirit says to me and what I'm intuitively driven by or driven towards. I also sometimes may not even go by with the exact card meaning. I may hear an intuitive message that it may represent something else. So I just follow spirit and my guides, bottom line. And if I receive a message from your guides or from your connections, if I need to, send a message to you, that's the way I do it. That's the way I operate. So before I actually get the cards and play with them for real, I like to anoint my hands with attraction oils or manifestation oils. So like this one, this is my Ooh La La. It really helps me with my channeling and shifting my energy. And an attraction oil, you usually, or manifestation oil, you usually use it during times where you want to manifest something, draw something in. But I've really incorporated it in my day-to-day rituals to really draw in the messages, anoint my oils, my cards, my business cards, my flyers, my money, my wallet. I pretty much anoint everything with that intention. Okay, so manifesting, attracting positive energy, positive downloads. I also have protection oils specifically for your home, or if you're trying to manifest, or you're manifesting a home or property or whatnot. So I have various oils. They're limited stock, but you can go on my website, inalignmentministries.com, and I can, and you can, check them out there. Okay, so I got that little bit out, and I usually do a prayer just to make sure everything is in alignment. Right now I'm shuffling Psychic Tarot. They're pretty popular, they're very powerful. And I also have Barberi Zodiac Oracle. I love these, especially when it's a certain energy. I like to ask what energy wants to, or element wants to speak out. And so I'll shuffle those cards and see exactly what wants to come out as far as the overall energy. Now, I know this is the full moon in Leo. So I'm just going to see who exactly wants to speak. One of the elements, one of the planets, one of the zodiacs, okay? What energy wants to speak out today? Okay. So the energy that wants to speak out today is Libra. Okay. And Libra is known as I balance. Okay. So there may be some energy that you need to balance and level out and within yourself. Okay. Okay, so what exactly Libra wants to say? Okay, so I'm hearing balance the fire. The fire, the lamps really stood out to me. You may be wanting to initiate some projects and take action on some things that you feel like you kind of been dragging your feet, and now you have the energy. Don't burn out. Don't burn yourself out. because of this energy of wanting to be on fire, and now you got the energy to do it. Don't burn yourself out. Don't overdo it. Okay. I'm also hearing a relationship. So especially if it's a new relationship, don't overdo it as far as overgiving. You know, it's easier said than done. When you're in love, you just want to just go. Especially if you have a really good connection. You're on fire for each other. You just want to go, 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 go. What else do you have to say? But you got to balance that out so you're not end up overgiving and then you're exhausted and burn the relationship out, and it's just kind of like a it gets to some kind of plateau. Don't wear it out. You know, wear your heart on your sleeve and all that. Wow. Okay, so I got all sixes, y'all. So I have memories of love, third eye chakra or chakra, and moving on. I'm covering up the words. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So I like to touch the cards and just listen. Sometimes I get the messages there. Okay, when I touch the memories of love, I'm going to show you again. I'm hearing something about a past connection, and I heard the words, I want to be in love again. I miss the feeling of being in love. And the colors are really standing out to me. To me, it matches the colors here in the third eye. And the colors in the lights, like the lamps there, matching from the candles too. So I'm getting a message that basically you're reminiscing on the good times of a relationship. You're reminiscing on the good times, and it can be platonic or romantic. But Spirit wants you to use your intuition, because the relationship, how you're seeing it now, because, you know, when you are romanticizing a relationship, or even if you're even a platonic one, when you only see the good of that relationship, you tend to drown out all the bad times, the disagreements, the red flags, or whatever the case may be, and only focus in on the things that felt good. And Spirit is asking you to use your intuition, okay, about that connection, whether it's platonic or romantic, to use your intuition and remember, trace back all of the things that actually happened. Not saying to dwell on the bad things and just say that was a whole total mess of a relationship, but also consider the balance of your perception. The balance of your perception needs to be reconsidered or recalibrated, because right now you only dwelling on what you feel like you've lost or what you're missing, but you're really not missing anything. And I have moving on as the last card. And all these colors really tie in together. And if you notice, moving on, you're moving on to something new, a new beginning, fresh, green. And that will take place as far as opening up your heart chakra. Even the cloak, the clothes that it matches all of this. They all have that same, it's just the colors are really resonating. They're standing out to me. And they're all sixes. So you may want to look up the angel number 666. And 6 times 3 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. So you may want to look, that number may, you know, stand a significance for you. So Spirit wants you to use your intuition about a connection. Be honest with yourself as far as rekindling or going back or even just dwelling on it. Say, for instance, you have already made the decision that that relationship wasn't really for your highest good, or it's time to disconnect. Don't dwell on those memories. Even though you may want to, it's actually asking you to not dwell on it, to actually pivot your perspective and go tunnel vision on newer and higher things. As if you notice, it's dark back there. And when you pivot and change where you're going and change directions, change your focus, you're actually doing yourself justice. You actually doing yourself justice by going this route versus going the other way, looking back. Okay. I want to get a clarification on memories of love. Usually when I clarify, it depends. Sometimes I use the Rider-Waite Tarot, my old school cards, my first deck. Okay, so I'm also getting that it may not just be love, like platonic or romantic. It could be even a financial situation where it seemed like your situation was more stable in the past and you're kind of starting over from scratch. And Spirit is asking you not to dwell on what was lost, to learn from it, but not dwell on it. Okay, and I have, okay, let me get another one. That's crazy, the numbers that are coming out. So financial and material changes is 5. And then the throat chakra, I'm going to show you the cards in a minute. The throat chakra is a 5. What is exactly the memories of love? 2 cards, 2 more cards came out. Remember I had mentioned 9. So I'm going to show you what came out for memories of love, because I did wanted to see exactly what was memories of love. I did mention the romantic and the platonic, relationships, period. I also mentioned financial restrictions or, changes that you may have had. So right there, you see all those colors. So financial and material changes. I heard restrictions. And the throat chakra. Okay. And mind you, the throat chakra is not just always voicing your opinion or speaking your truth or what have you. Sometimes we have to balance it by silence. Sometimes we have to balance it. That's like our creativity portal. So, how we may show up in the world as far as our creativity and projects and just showing ourselves, staying in our truth, we can use that through our throat chakra. We don't always have to vocalize something. And then I have solitude. So you may be in hermit mode again. Like I said, you may be looking inward, like reminiscing on what was changed, what was lost, what you no longer have. And 9 again, suffering in silence. So you're in your head right now, and Spirit is asking you to change your perspective on what has transpired in your life. Change your perspective on what you think that you lost, what you think that, look at it as you've gained lessons, you've gained some clarity on a situation you have. And even if you don't have full clarity on it, know that things that have ended meant to end. And let's move on. Now you can pace yourself, you can sit in it for a little while, give yourself some breathing room. You don't have to completely be perfect and all exuberant or ecstatic for the new. You can pace yourself. You are allowed to feel your emotions. Just don't dwell there and remain stagnant in a situation where you feel like, okay, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything, I'm not happy. Just change your perspective, and that may take time from you, and that's okay. Sometimes we focus on just getting up and going and focus on the new, but it's okay to take your time and feel what you feel. When I touched the card suffering in silence, I heard anxiousness. So your future actually makes you feel anxious. You feel like You feel like your prayers haven't been answered. You feel like the communication that you've made with others were not accounted for and not respected, is what I'm hearing. And so you feel like you're in seclusion because I heard discarded. So some of you may feel discarded in your relationships. You feel discarded. Okay, so I'm hearing there's another situation where if you've had, say for instance, you used to be popping, like your income was lit. Everything, like everything you used to take out your friends or your family and it was paid for. You had the nice whip, you had the nice home, or you had a lot of comfort as far as your lifestyle. And you faced a pivotal moment where you've lost all that or you had to decrease it. Or made some adjustments as far as your finances. And so now all that gathering, the positivity that you thought was positivity, all the friends that you had, all the associates or connects that you had, they're not there. And you're actually in solitude, like tripping off like, dang, like I felt like I had it all. And now it's like, I don't have anything. Change your perspective on that. If they're not there for a reason. That's obviously a purpose. Excuse me. There's obviously a reason why they're not there. If they were really your friends, really people that wanted to see you win, they will be supportive through the whole process. And maybe it is a time for you to go inward anyway and reconnect with yourself and really change your perspective on how you see yourself and how others view you, and are you really reflecting the real you? You want to have authentic relationships and you want to be authentic to yourself. So look within yourself to see what's lacking. Okay? Oh my gosh. So this is a book, and again, we naturally think about hermit mode, solitude, like you kind of, dwelling on the past, or even doing a spiritual evaluation within your life to see where you're missing the mark or whatever. But this book stood out to me in a sense of like a person looking at a photo album. So some of you may have lost someone, and I heard ancestor or guide. So you may have lost someone, like they transitioned over. And so you're tripping off memories of love, like, those that have transitioned and crossed over. So those of you that have, crossed over, Spirit is saying that connection is not lost. You do need to move forward. Go through your mourning process. Go through the emotions of everything as far as, that relative not being here or whatnot. But find other ways to show respect and honor to those ancestors, those that have crossed over. That's what I got out of this card right here. So I don't know if some of you that create altars or light candles for your ancestors, you can go to the water. Some of you connect with your guides and your ancestors through water or through candles, or both, and connect with them, because they do hear you and they listen to you and they don't want you to be sad. So are there any other messages? When I'm looking at suffering in silence, I heard ask for help. So if you feel like you physically don't have anyone around you that you can ask for help, you can ask Spirit, ask your guides, ask your ancestors, the ones that you connect with. Ask them for help. Your angels, call on your angels. And I heard communicate. People cannot read your mind. So give people the opportunity to help you. Don't just assume. You'll be amazed at times. Because I can witness or attest to this, that sometimes I'll be like, oh, so-and-so, they wouldn't, whatever. You know what I mean? And then after talking with that individual, they was like, oh yeah, you know, why you didn't say anything earlier? Woo, woo, boom, here. Or here's the info for that, or whatever. And I'm like, dang, they reacted better than I thought. I guess I shouldn't assume. You know, so you may want to, you know, evaluate how you show up to people. You know, sometimes it's okay not to show that you have it all together. It's okay to show a vulnerable or a transparent part of yourself to let others know, like, hey, I need help too. But of course, use discretion when doing that, because some people will take advantage of that, and you need to know how to do that on your own. Okay, figure that out as far as who to trust, who to be open to. So I just want you to keep that in mind. So are there any other messages? No? Okay, so that's all the messages I have for you. I've mentioned this before. I will be doing weekly videos or content. So it may be readings. It may just be some information that I've learned along the way that I just want to share with you. I also post often on my IG, which is Just _her tribe, and the information is down in the description as far as ways that you can connect with me. If you're interested in a reading, I am open for readings, and I have various different ways that you can, you know, have a service with me, healing services, you name it. I pretty much have all of it in the description and listed in my website, inalignmentministries.com. So that's all I wanted to share with you for today. Be balanced, use your intuition. If you need to go inward, go, you know, honor yourself, honor what you feel inside, but don't stay there. And that's pretty much it. So be well, take care. See you soon.